Coach, open with a statement.
I give Miami a lot of credit. I thought they played well. I thought their guard play was really solid. A couple of veteran guards with likes, and a young man, let's see, what is Vasiliak? Vic? Sorry about DJ. I thought those guys really led them, as two older guards. And I thought the rest of the guys played off of them. I thought they had good contributions from McGusty in the first half especially, and then also from Beverly in the second half. I thought those guys, gave them a lift, and that shows they have a lot of depth at the guard spot, and I thought they played well together.
Coach, how did Collins' early foul trouble change your game plan?
It definitely disrupted us. I mean, I feel that Collins is one of the best bigs in the country. And, when he got in foul trouble like he did early, you have to sit him 10, 12, 13 straight minutes. That's difficult for any player. And I thought he did a great job of responding in the second half. But, by then we were, fighting an uphill battle. But Colin, he has to understand his value on the floor and has to do a better job of making sure he doesn't put himself in position to pick up fouls.
Early in the second half, there's a 14-2 run by Miami, and there's I think 4 UCF turnovers during that run.
Yeah.
Just talk about the turnovers. There's 17 in this game, lead to 21 points. Why do you think so many turnovers tonight?
Trying to do too much with the basketball. I mean, most of the time they were unforced turnovers. There were nothing where they were pressing and trapping and doing things like that. So just too many unforced turnovers, which means we have to value the ball a little more. Keep it more simple. And when we're on the floor, and that would help in that area.
What do you think of the progress Darren's making?
I really like Darren's progress. Darren is, he's gaining confidence. He's seeing that he can contribute at this level, and that's always a good thing. I could just, harken back to my days as a freshman, and I see a lot of similarities where he's able to kind of get himself going and kind of get a feel for, like I said, this level of play. Because it's always an adjustment, and he's making that adjustment right now just fine.
I know Darren played, a little in the first game. Was he doing stuff in practice in the past few weeks that, proved to you that he would potentially be able to help you this year?
Yeah, absolutely. And all of the things we do in practice and we're charting things, he's been shooting up the charts over the last couple of weeks exactly, and so he's definitely, come to mind because of that. As you know, players, they determine who play, of course. And, he's definitely a guy who over the last couple of weeks he's really shot up the charts in what we've been doing, and it hadn't changed. He's done the same thing in the games.
Obviously, you had not a lot of new players learning to play with each other this year. Brandon just got eligible last week. How is that going, the progress, and just these guys learning how to play on the court together?
We're still adjusting, of course. When you have 9 new guys, we knew that would be the case. And Brandon, gets the waiver late, so of course we didn't see him in the rotation. And put him in the rotation as in practice because we didn't think we were going to have him. And then one day we do. So now he's kind of trying to get his rhythm. He's adjusting to what we're doing now. So it's a process, but, we have to look at each game and, look at how we can get better from it.
What did you see on Dazon's flagrant 2?
I hadn't seen it yet, so I hadn't had a chance. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I just got the call from the ref that was a flagrant 2, and that's all I know.
You want to see more composure from him in a situation like that, though?
Definitely, and I talked to him about that right after the game, and he understood. He apologized for his actions, after the game, and he understood, that wasn't a good thing to do, and I think he just kind of got caught up in the moment, and I think the kid likes it, picked up a technical, did something, and then he responded and did something, and that just can't happen. I think he understands that now.
Can you talk about the free throw shooting? There was a huge drop-off from the first half was 60%, all the way to the second half was 28.6%. Can you talk about why the free throw shooting wasn't up to par this game?
Well, a couple of things. I'd like to see get to the line a little more, first and foremost. I think we took 12 free throws for the game. And I also would like to see us, of course, shoot a better percentage. I think part of that is some of our guys just getting comfortable. Again, some of these guys, it's first-time minutes, different roles for some of these players, and it's an adjustment. It just is. That's what I was saying about their backcourt. They have several experienced guys that they can really rely on in that backcourt. We have all new guys, in the backcourt really playing substantial minutes. So there's an adjustment with that. And even for Colin now, who's in a different role, because he missed a few free throws that he normally doesn't miss. But he's just adjusting. He was the 4th or 5th option last year. Now he's one of our top options.
Speaking of adjusting, it looked like their offense adjusted after halftime, and in in the second half, they came out with 2 or 3 guys approaching the boards on every shot. versus our standard defensive
No,
set?
absolutely. I thought they did a good job of covering the boards for sure, especially early in the second half. And that's just for us. We got to do a better job of getting contact and make sure we box off and keep people box out and keep people out of our paint. It's something that we work on quite a bit. So it was disappointing that they were able to get second and third shot attempts, especially like I said early in the second half.
But moving forward, then how do you combat that for your next game or your next?
Well, we have to keep working on it from the standpoint of getting in there and practicing it. I look at the stat sheet. They had 12 offensive rebounds and 33 rebounds. We had 16 offensive rebounds and 40 rebounds. So we actually ended up out rebounding them and had more offensive rebounds than they did. But the thing is, we got to convert on those plays that when we get them.
What do you make of Matt's early struggles shooting?
I think, like a lot of young players, it means so much to him. He's back home, family, friends, the community here, and he wants to do well to a point where it can become, you can want it so much that it can become, pressured for you. You know what I'm saying? I think as he starts to loosen up, which he will, because he's too good a player, he's too experienced, and take it, he's got 2 games under his belt for us. I already seen his body at work. He's going to be just fine. He just keep shooting his shots and keep playing, confidently and playing aggressively, and he'll be fine. And but I know it comes from a good place, because he cares so much. He wants to do so well, so bad. And I've been in that situation before. And sometimes when you want it that bad, you got to let it kind of die down a little bit and just play your game. And I think he'll end up doing that.
The students packed their section. I think there was an overflow area on the other side. What did you think of their attendance and the overall atmosphere tonight?
I thought the atmosphere was great. Our student section has been great the last couple games that we've had. I'm just disappointed we couldn't have come through for them tonight. But I think what they're bringing great energy. They're giving us a chance every night because they're so loud and they're active, and that's what you want.
What other positive takeaways can you get from this game for your young squad?
I think the first halves of both games, I think we've defended very well up to our standards. I think the second half we hadn't been as solid defensively in either game, the Prairie View game or the Miami game. So I'm just taking solace that if we can just keep defending like we've done in the first half for 40 minutes, we get back to UCF, defense and our identity, and I can see that happening for us because we'll take some things from this game, we'll learn from them, and we'll make the adjustment.
That in the first half, you're down by 10, but you guys make a run to reclaim the lead. Is it really that defense that helped you there reclaim the lead? What did you like most about that stretch?
Exactly, that's exactly right. The only way you're going, you're down by, whatever the number is, you got to get stops, and we were able to string together some stops, and we have guys that can score. So once we're able to get the stops, we can put the ball in the basket. It's just that, it was difficult in the second half. He shot a very good percentage in the second half and scored 46 points or so, 40. How many points? They scored 49 points in the second half. That's not our defense right there. We're better than that, and we have more pride in that. So we have to get back to our fundamentals, the foundation of what we've done here, and we'll be working on that starting on Thursday.
How's Frank's game changed from last season?
I think Frank's more aggressive. His role has changed, of course. He's been starting for us, and he understands that we need him to be more active, and he has been. He's definitely given us a spark. He used to give us a spark from the bench, but he's given us a spark, even in the starting lineup. He's had moments like the second half where I thought he helped us make a decent run, and of course he did the same thing in the first half.
The Miami coach was talking about earlier how last year they didn't have a single road win. Can you talk about the difference between the squad this year, the Hurricane squad this year as opposed to last year?
I don't know too much about them last year. Didn't get a chance to watch much of them, but I think that goes with some experience. I think like I said, their backcourt's older now. They've been around. They're understanding what it takes to compete on the road, things you got to do. And they did those things. They took care of the basketball, which is one of them. They rebounded the ball well, which is another one. They got to the free throw line, and they went there and they played to their strengths. Those are things they did, throughout the night, which gives you a chance to be successful, and that's what happened.
One more for Coach.
Interesting. Are you looking forward to seeing how this squad reacts on the road for the first time against Illinois State?
Definitely. We're going to be in a hostile environment for sure. I was in that environment about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was incredible. And I don't expect anything short of that again this year. It's going to be an amazing environment, and our guys are going to need to be prepared physically and mentally for it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.